Well, if movies have taught me anything, it's that if you're part of a satanic cult, then things are pretty much gonna go bad for you. What is up, everyone? Movie back again with another review, and this is going to be for the new Shudder original, Anything for Jackson, and this is directed by Julian G. Dick, starring Sheila McCarthy, Julian Richards, and Constantina Mantalos. Now, this tells the story of an older couple who are grieving the loss of their grandchild recently, and they attempt to bring him back through a pregnant woman by the power of satanic rituals. However, they get more than they bargained for, and a haunted tale of terror begins. Now, after seeing the trailer for this, I really liked what I saw, so I decided to give it a shot. And even though this story has been done before, example, Rosemary's Baby being the most famous one, Anything but Jackson mixes it up a little bit. So we can see pretty early on from this ritual going wrong or only being half done that these demons are allowed to enter this older couple's home. And that was an interesting concept and put a nice little twist on things. And when these demonic and haunting moments happen in the film, I do feel like that's where Anything for Jackson shines best, because there's some very disturbing imagery on the screen, some very creative ideas for a horror film, and there's some very creepy and spine-tingling moments as well. And there was just so many times where I was like, oh shit, what is going to happen here? For example, there is a scene where a character is talking to another character, but the back is turned and he thinks he's just talking to this character he knows, and then his phone rings and that character is on the phone at a different location. So you're just kind of thinking, so who's this he's talking to? And he realises, and it really does amp the terror up, and I was just quite creeped out for a lot of this film, to be honest. And you know those Halloween costumes that kids like to put on when they're trick-or-treating, and they put a sheet over their head and, you know, just cut two eyes out to resemble a ghost? Yeah. After watching this film, that's scary now. But like I said, it's them what the fuck moments where the movie shines, and I just think it's very, very good at building suspense and building atmosphere and tension. And I didn't feel like anything was going to go right for any of these characters throughout the film. It builds a sense of dread that something bad is going to happen all the time, and that made it much more of a natural horror for me. Constantina Mantalos was also really good in this movie. She gave a very convincing performance as the young pregnant lady Shannon, and she could tell that she was just terrified and scared throughout every moment. And it kind of reminded me of Mark Patton in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, the way he's just genuinely terrified for every scene in that film. That's the kind of vibe that I got here. And she's only been in a couple of shorts and an episode of some TV shows here and there, and a made-for-TV Christmas movie. So this is her first real starring role in a real film, and I hope that we see more of it in future. However, despite having a nice little twist on things for the usual story that we get here and making it its own, it also really felt like another generic horror movie when it was finished. I had a fun time with it, but it was instantly forgettable. And while this movie builds up a lot of great tension and atmosphere, some of these scarier scenes are ruined by cheap jump scares. So it's kind of like they said to James Wan, can you direct the first half of these scary scenes and we'll get William Brent Bell to do the second half. Now, if you don't know who William Brent Bell is, he directed The Boy 2, which is just full of cheap jump scares. So yeah, it's kind of ruined. Now, to be fair to this film, it doesn't always go for jump scares, but when it does, you can kind of see it coming. And this also ended on a bit of a bad note for me. I wasn't a fan of the climax of this film whatsoever. I was left scratching my head, and it just didn't feel right. And I hate it when that happens, especially if you had quite a good time with the film. If you like horror though, there might be something for you here. It does attempt to do something different, and has some very creative ideas with some hair-raising moments as well. I'm going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Anything for Jackson a 6 out of 10. I suppose if you just want to kick back and chill to a decent horror movie for 90 minutes, then this isn't a bad choice overall. Okay, at the end of these reviews, I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, the fun fact for Anything for Jackson is that I thought I recognised Sheila McCarthy in this movie. When I googled it, it's the news reporter from Die Hard 2. That blew my mind. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed this review. If you want to subscribe, it's up to yourself. Lots more reviews coming. Lots more videos on the way, and if you want to comment about anything for Jackson or Shudder in general, please leave it down below and I'll reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.